I know it's been a while since I've come through with the recording. My name is Marcel Kwame. I try to do these. I just started not too long ago, and I think that they're pretty informative. Sometimes I get questions randomly about certain things, and I learn by collaborating with my peers. So whenever I make these videos, I'm super excited to do so. I'm playing around with Nmap, and I thought it would be really cool to just play around with it and record at the same time. So here I am. Oh crap, wrong password. I'm gonna come through and do some sort of something with Nmap. I'll play around with it, just kind of, just the basic stuff. I'm using a Kali Linux distribution, which is based off of Debian, and yeah, it's a Linux distribution, and I generally work in Linux, and like I said, I'm just playing around with Nmap. So let me clear all of this out, and let's get started. Hopefully it shouldn't take more than like 10 minutes to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out what my IP address is, and then I will do a quick scan. Nmap, and I'm going to do a range as well, just to see what's out there. So we're going to do 256. Okay, we're going to do that range. Double verbosity, and we'll output that into a file called Nmap scan. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video while it's doing the actual scan, just as long as I don't get like an error message. I think that's okay. Yeah, I'm going to pause the video while it's doing the scan, just so that it, because I think it's going to take a little bit of time. There are about 256 IP addresses in this range, so it's going to take probably about 10 minutes. So I will pause that video. Pause the video so that the scan can run, and then and actually what I'll do is I'll make this a little bit bigger as well, make it larger so that you can see what's going on here. Cool. Yeah, that works. All right, cool. So I'll do that, and then yeah, I don't even know why I didn't clear, but yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll stop talking now. So as you can see here, it's all done. The scan is done. So I'm just going to go to another screen because I'm not sure why it did all of this extra stuff. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to well, actually, let me see the name of it. Nmap scan. So I'm going to take a look at what happened. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. See if I can find any hosts that are up, which is actually what I was looking for. So I'll quit that, and then let's see. Let's see if I can find some hosts that are up. So we are going to cat Nmap scan. Then we're going to grep into anything that's up. I think that's the thing. Nope, nothing's up. So why don't we do this? Let's see if there's something on. And this is just for, I'm just working on it, just kind of showing how to do it. Let's see if there's anything with port 443. All right, cool. So why don't we do, all right. Okay. So why don't we do this? Nmap cat Nmap scan, and then we'll grep, and then we'll just do discovered open port, because those are the only ones that we really need, because they actually have the IP addresses in them. Okay. So I'm going to do that. Paste. And yeah. Okay. sure that that would work. Yep, there we go. So, so that's what we want. And then what we're going to do so now what we need to do is we need to pull those IP addresses out of this particular output, these output lines. And how we're going to do that is we're going to do cat nmap scan. We're going to grep, which I really should have just done this, right? And then awk. And what we're doing is we're finding field delimiters. So here we are. We're just going to use a space as a field delimiter. And then what we're going to do is we're going to print one of the fields. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, field number 6. So we're going to print field number 6. Okay. And then we're going to feed that into a file that says nmap scan, and then we'll put add. Okay. And that should work. All right, so cat nmap scan add. All right, cool. So now what we want to do is now we want to find out about those particular IP addresses, and how we're going to do that is we are going to do we're gonna feed this file, these particular IP addresses, into Nmap so that it can perform scans using those IP addresses. And how you would do that is you do this. You put in the file name, so that's nmap scan add. We'll do double verbosity, and then we're going to, I'm going to put that into another output, and we'll just call it nmap, and we'll call it verbose scan. No, we'll call it refined scan 443, something like that. All right, so I just want to make sure that I've got everything that I need in here, and wonderful. So that should work, and I'm going to pause it again because I'm sure it's going to take a little bit of time to do. I'll pause it and then I'll come back. Cool, so I'm back. As you can see, everything is done now. So I noticed that I really didn't describe this. I mean, I'm sure that anyone who's dealing with doing these kind of home labs at home, you're really not a beginner. I don't think you are, but if you are, just a little bit of an idea of, I think awk would be the thing, that the command that's a little awkward. So awk helps us just kind of separate something. Well, it has its own, but it has its own deal on what it does. But what it's doing here is it's separating the fields. So discovered open port 443/TCP on 10.0.2.3, what we're doing is we're using the spaces as the delimiter so that we can kind of treat every single one of these as different fields. And what I'm doing is I'm telling, within this command here, I'm saying I just want field number 6 because that's the only field with what I need, which is the IP address. So then it prints field number 6 into this actual file. I just created a file, just created a name, and I verified that by catting it out, which cat just shows you what's into the file by printing it into the terminal. And then from there, I went back into Nmap and I said, okay, I've got a list of IP addresses that you want to check, that I want you to check out for me. And I used the command il, and I put in nmap scan add, which is where the IP addresses are, double verbosity, so that the output file would be very, very verbose. And then here's the output file. And what I'm going to do is, nope, not going to do that. I'm not aborting anything here. Just to make it really, really quickly, less, because I've got about 30 seconds left to do this, paste, and here's what you have. Now you have a full output file of everything that Nmap found with those specific IP addresses. So that really, really works when you're working in an environment, and obviously you can't do all the entire IP range. You just pick a few IP addresses that you're allowed to do, and then you go ahead and you take care of it. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, just reach out to me on LinkedIn. Again, Marcel Kwame, I'm an IT auditor, and I lead pen testing teams, but I also get into it sometimes.